If your calendar is full of tasks someone else could handle, you're not scaling. You're surviving. It's time to delegate your way to freedom. A lot of the founders and managers that I work with have one simple mistake in common. And it's not that they're productive, it's not that they're hard workers, it's not that they're aspirational people that want to push the limits and boundaries of what they can achieve. It's their resistance to delegation. It's holding on to tasks that they should not handle and not letting go because of the fear of what might happen. But you see, one common misconception is that delegation means giving up control. Delegation can rather be seen as taking back control of your time. As a founder and as a manager, it's very difficult to delegate tasks that are on your desk because you feel like it's your responsibility. And especially if you started out with a business and you've grown with it over time, it's very difficult to make the shift to scale, which is delegating tasks that you should not be handling. But instead of viewing it as letting go of control, why don't you rather view it as taking back control of your own time? You see, a lot of the tasks that you're handling in a day could and should be handled by someone else. A lot of times when I ask founders and managers if they can recall the last time they spent strategic time in the business, they struggle to pinpoint exactly when that time last was. And one of the main drivers of that is their lack of delegation. They want to keep control of things they shouldn't be doing, and because of that, they aren't getting to the things that they should be getting to. You see, if you look at the top performers in the world, they still only have 24 hours in a day, but the thing that distinguishes them and their success is the way in which they manage their 24 hours. It's the way in which they leverage the amount of work that they can get done. And a lot of times that means not doing it themselves. It means handing it over to a team that is stronger and better able to get through that task. And it's also a matter of just prioritizing and seeing which tasks are actually still worth your time. You see, if you were to take your hourly cost and multiply that with the amount of times that the stupid little redundant tasks are taking, then you might actually be shocked to understand what you are paying for that task to happen. You know, a lot of people I've spoken with are so scared of hiring because they're saying that we don't have money to hire a position, or we can't add extra budget to that position because it's not worth it. But if you go and you accumulate all the time and hours you've spent on these little redundant tasks, then you would most probably exceed that budget by far. And that is the mindset shift that I want you to understand. It's not about just delegating for the sake of delegating. It's handing over responsibilities to a team that can take the time off of your hands so that you can reinvest the time back into the business strategically and in the areas that allow the business to move the needle on growth, on revenue, and on profitability. Automate the boring, delegate the repetitive, and own the meaningful. You can divide the amount of work you do in a day into one of three categories. There's boring work, that is the stupid little things that just don't go away. It's the repeat work that you have to keep on doing every day, every week, every month, and every quarter. And then there is meaningful work. This is the type of work where you work for 5-6 hours and it doesn't feel like work because it feels like you're moving the needle. It feels like you've got a breakthrough in your business. It feels like you've spent time on the things that matter and the things that make a difference. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to look at the boring work and I want you to automate that, right? There's enough softwares that you can afford for a couple of bucks a month that completely take that away from anyone on your team. Like there are certain things that not you or not anyone on your team should even be touching. It's stuff a computer can do and it's going to cost you a couple bucks a month. Automate that stuff. Then I want you to take the stuff that is repetitive. I'm talking about the weekly reports and the things that pop up every single week. It's the calls with the clients, it's the sending emails, the sending of invoices, all of these repetitive things that aren't really useless work. It's still important stuff, but it's not important enough for you to handle. I want you to take that and I want you to delegate that to someone on your team that can handle that for you forever into the future until time ends forever, right? And even if that person can only do that work about 70% as good as you can, I still want you to delegate it, because the ultimate objective here is getting your time freed up. And even if someone doesn't 100% hit the mark on that, we're not aiming for perfectionism. We are aiming to get the workload away from you. And with time, trust me, that person will understand what 90 to 100% looks like. And you've got to put them in the position to succeed as well. Then we get to the meaningful work. I want you to block out time so that you can spend time on the meaningful work in such amounts that it is not broken focus. I want you to be able to go and sit down for 3-4 hours, block out the time in your calendar. If you don't need to be in the office, book someplace where you can purely sit and work. I want you to focus on your goals. I want you to focus on the things that move the needle in the business. You see, and a lot of times these are the small things. It's not crazy things we need to do. It's the stuff that you know needs to happen, but you never get time for it. So what I want you to do is, when you actually block out your week ahead of time, I want you to pre-schedule 3-4 hours where no one bothers you for anything. I want you to focus on the meaningful work. And I want you to block out all the distractions that might take your mind from that. You see, there's one thing that I realized personally is you can't get to the important task as long as you've got email notifications coming in, you've got WhatsApp pings or messaging notifications coming through, or you've got Slack messages just beeping all the time, people knocking on the door, walking in. You need to sit down. You need to apply the BOS framework, bum on seat. You need to sit down, you need to focus, and you need to switch off everything else that is not that. And in that way, you will get to the meaningful things after you've delegated the repetitive work and after you've automated everything that no one in your business should be touching. It's stuff that should just run automatically. And you're going to unlock so much time and so much freedom in that you'll be surprised how quickly those hours accumulate in a week. A lot of the founders and managers that I work with understand that they are losing time. But when you have to pinpoint to what you're actually losing your time, it becomes very difficult, because we are really busy in a day. And I get that. You've got about 3,000 things going on, and that is what our life is. But I have struggled personally in finding the reason behind my lost time. And it's for that reason that I've created a free 2-minute quiz that you can take online. It's called the Time Leak Audit Quiz, and it's linked in my description box down below. It's a short little quiz that you can take that's going to tell you exactly where you're losing your time, how severely you're losing your time, and then best of all, I tell you exactly what to do to start regaining your time immediately. It's really a powerful tool. It's not going to cost you a cent, but it is going to get you on track for the change that you need to implement in order to truly unlock your time freedom. You don't need more hours in a day, you need more leverage. You see, a lot of founders and managers think that they are more productive when they spend more and more time. It's for this reason that you'll find many of us sitting, working the whole day, and then when we get back home, we open our laptops up again and we just continue working. But it's like we never really get to the things that matter. We never really get to the things that move the needle. It's like the work just never stops, right? But there's a misconception. Productivity does not equal the amount of hours you put in. It equals the leverage that you can apply to your time. You see, if you work a 12-hour day, but you don't really get much done, then that is not a highly productive day. But you can work a 3-hour day and have a team behind you running everything else, but the 3 hours you spend really moves the needle. Guess which is more productive? It's the one where the most leverage is applied to the time multiple. And that is a brain shift that really took me a long while to understand, because I was the person sitting working at night. I used to miss family time. I used to miss dinners. I used to sit there sending emails while we're eating, not having a single conversation with my wife. I'd be home for 3-4 hours and I haven't even asked the poor lady how her day was. And you see, that is not sustainable. It's not scalable. It's not a growing business. That means you've got a systems problem. If that is the way you're working, then you have got a massive issue in the way that you apply your work. You've got a massive issue in the leverage that you apply to your work. Because you cannot be the person that is doing everything. Right, there are massive businesses out there. You know which I'm talking about. And these people do not spend 16-hour days working. These people leverage their time in such a way that they're able to step away from the business while it grows. Because they've delegated authority to a team that understands what their responsibility is, and they themselves, as the founder and manager, tackle the important things. They tackle the things that move the needle on the business's growth. And they've understood that, and they've applied that. And because of that, in time, you can put in infinite hours, but their hours will always multiply faster than yours because they leverage it. Freedom is knowing that your business can run even if you step offline. It really brings pain to my heart when I hear someone saying that they can't step away from their business. They can't remember the last time they went on holiday, where they took a break, where they just took a couple days off. But you need to be in a position where you have set up the systems and the processes to run in such a way where your team can run, even if you are not there for an extended period of time. God forbid this ever happens, but what if you end up in the hospital tomorrow and you cannot work for 2 weeks? Are you telling me that it's acceptable to be in a business where everything will roll to a ball of dust in 2 weeks, where you can't be removed from that system for 2 weeks because of health issues, and the team can't run and decide and make their own decisions? You need to be in a position where the business is set up in such a way that everyone understands what they need to do, whether you are there or not. Right? And this is not something that gets put together overnight. This is not something where you snap your fingers and tomorrow everyone immediately understands what they need to do. It's a systemized process that you put in place and you drill it into that team and you make them understand that if I've delegated authority and ownership to you on something, I will keep you accountable to that. But you see, a lot of times we think we back and we support our teams. When there's a fire, we come in and we quickly extinguish it. We sort it out. We do that presentation we ask someone else to do. We place that order we ask someone else to place. But in reality, what we're doing is we are training our teams to understand that as the norm. And that is why we end up in these positions where we can't step away. Because these people have never been put in a position where they can make their own decisions. And they've never been kept accountable if they had that responsibility and they didn't. But you need to be in a position where you can walk away from your business for a couple of days, a week, and maybe even 2 weeks, and come back and your business should be stronger than ever. Your teams should be able to show you what they've brought to the table, what they've implemented, what they've improved. And if that's not the case yet, then you've got some serious work to do. I want to thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I really do understand that you've got a hectically busy schedule, and it really means a lot to me that you've decided to invest your time in this video today. I want to ask you a couple of things before you go, and I want to ask you to please head on over to my profile. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that like button. It's YouTube's way of understanding that this is valuable content and that it needs to push this out to more people like you. And if you found value in this video, then I think it's your responsibility to share the gift of knowledge with other people that have the same need. You see, we're all in the same boat together, and it's only if there's a community behind us and there's support behind us that we can truly achieve what we need to achieve. And there is no point in doing that purely on our own when we have other people we can share this with. It's for that reason I want to ask you as well to share this video with anyone you think will find value from it. That can be your spouse, that can be a family member, that can be a colleague. Anyone that you know will find value from this video, I want you to please share this with them and share the gift of knowledge with them as well. Then I want to ask you to please sign up to my weekly newsletter. It's linked in the description box down below. It's where I share all of my time-saving frameworks with you. And it's these frameworks that have helped me to free up more than 10 hours every single week. It's a free newsletter. It's not spammy at all. It's 1 email a week. And it really is going to be a game changer for you. Then if you haven't signed up for the Time Leak Audit Quiz, I would urge you to really do that. It's an amazing tool. It really takes 2 minutes to complete the quiz, but it's going to tell you exactly where you're losing your time, how severely you're losing your time, and most importantly, I give you the solutions of what to implement right away to start buying back your time. It's really a fantastic tool, and it's going to be the starting point for you to start unlocking your time freedom. Thank you so much, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Cheers.